the Adventures of Gaia. Pryo recovered the ability to read other beings' minds. With this skill, he found some people in trouble, and, along with Danus, went to Aclaris to rescue them. After quickly disposing of some nasty Black Cabal members, they saved the hostages and came back to Beliza. There, Pryo informed Danus he needed to go to a Theon, that he felt that there were people that needed him, but he couldn't remember who those people were. Danus let Pryo read his mind. Trusting fellow. However, when Pryo tried to teleport to Danus' home in a Theon, the spell failed. Within moments, a strange, white-haired man appeared and froze Pryo in his tracks. But Danus knew who it was. Tak, Angel of a Theon. And he said it was time Pryo went home.
I think you're due some answers. And a trip home, are you not? You feel it popping about you. And suddenly, it's bright and sunny. The sun is warm, but the temperature isn't overly hot. Danus, welcome home.
Okay, Pryo looks around.
Okay, you see a busy city around you. It's quite simple in that it's very outer rims. There's well taken care of homes. You're actually walking down the main street. There's you're coming into a market area. There's all these fabric around and wares being sold, people talking. Pryo, roll detective.
His detective is 475. I roll 32.
What it strikes you as you're walking around and noticing just people watching, as Pryo likes to do, the people here are, quite a lot of them are, let's say everyone has a higher beauty stat than you've encountered stretched around most places. Not that there aren't people that are average or maybe below average, but overall you would say the population is quite an attractive population. Just strikes you as odd. And also there's also a good group of people who are quite strong and well muscled, quite tanned, if almost golden skinned, much like this individual Tak who's brought you here. Everyone's going around. No one pays you too much attention. Some people wave at Tak. A few people wave at you, Danus.
What? Wow. God.
It's odd to be home. Okay, Tak's walking close to you, Pryo. He says, "This is a Theon. It's a protected city. As you can see, we live life the way it's meant to be lived." He motions to, you notice there's all these little people running all over the place. They're running and shooting each other with fake guns and smashing swords. They seem to be creeping around here and there playing sneak. It just shocks you to see them all. Tak.
At the same time, something feels very familiar to Pryo about it.
Tak says, "You probably don't remember, Pryo, but children are so rare in Gaia, most beings wouldn't recognize one. However," he just kind of motions to the kids. One runs, almost tries to dart between your legs as they're playing tag with each other.
Okay, whoa. Okay, Pryo kind of moves around.
Fatty squeaks in your shoulder.
It's okay, Batty. It's okay. It's all right.
"Come, let me take you home." He starts walking.
With some wonder and maybe just a little bit of too much anticipation.
Okay.
Pryo follows.
Danus, you see your home down the side road, and as you're just walking past, you look down a road that looks a lot smaller than it did not too long ago. You see your mother as you're walking past. She smiles and waves. She has shining blue hair and a beautiful, kind face. Her Gaia skin is always attenuated with these beautiful kind of tattoos that sort of wrap around. You always felt like they look like some kind of very powerful mythical beasts. Tak looks, he smiles, he says, Danus, we can meet you at the courtyard once you've seen your mother. She misses you.
Yeah, I bet she does. See you then. And I'll head off that way.
Okay, you turn down. You see Danus is back. The one familiar being you've had this entire time, Pryo, is back. He's walking away from you.
Pryo was a little out of sorts.
Do not worry. Danus just has to say hello to family. He points up ahead of you, and you start walking past through the market, and you see what you think of as a metal fortress. You could see it as you're approaching, walking up this way, but it's growing larger. You recognize it from Danus's mind, however, it's not a kilometer tall, as the young child mind remembered. Mm-hmm. It's just a few stories, but it's still impressive in amongst the city, because both the walls around the fortress and the fortress itself is made of metal. It reflects in the light. So you walk up to it and come through these double doors. You look to the side. There's an opening into a courtyard of sort. There's this odd tree, and a terrible cold chill runs down your back. You see children are running around it and playing. They're practicing fighting and sneaking up on each other. You hear the noise of their laughter, yet there's something off. Tak motions, there's some rocks kind of off to the side that are clearly smooth. He motions to sit down.
Okay, Pryo nods and sits, but still looking kind of around. Touches his face, the white mark on his face.
Pryo, we're going to speak of this once and then not again.
Okay.
Because to speak of it is to invite it in. But you deserve answers. Okay, he adjusts himself as if he's bracing himself.
Okay, Pryo. Not sure about this body language.
You were once one of us. But you were stolen. Okay, your eyes linger on that old, odd, twisted, broken tree. Suddenly you see a flash of yellow eyes. Very first, if you remember, the very first memory you have waking up was that darkness and those yellow eyes looking at you when you woke in the flooded city. Danus. You come up, see your mother. She gives you a big hug. It's been too long. She embraces you warmly. Okay. She brings you in and sits you down. She's putting food out for you. It's not ambrosia salad from the Priory, so it is nice to eat something not ambrosia salad.
Nothing like a home-cooked meal, especially from a loved one, something you grew up with. Oh.
She's moving back and forth. She sits down. She gets up. She grabs some stuff. She said, I see you've brought Pryo home.
Oh, God. He brought me home.
She smiles. She looks out the window, kind of up to where the fortress is. The main, the residents of Tak and Soleil, the two leaders of Atheon. She says, I guess Tak is going to tell him.
Oh?
It was a day like any other day. Children were playing in the courtyard. He was one of us. A rescued slave, just like me, just like your father. Like most everyone else here. And then it was there, all of a sudden. She walked up the lane. She flung a lac against a tree, broke him like a rag doll. Danus, I thought the angels were powerful. I've never seen anything like it. She said something like, "There you are." She reached out. He was just a little boy. She touched his cheek. She burned that white mark right on his cheek with her hand. Then Melina, the mother of Atheon, came and fought her. Fought her to a standstill. Nalak, even with broken ribs, came at her from behind and impaled her with 6 blades. Nothing would stop her. Pryo screamed and cried, and Melina screamed. Then the Dark One said, "If I can't have him, neither can you." And they both disappeared. It was the day that the angels screamed and cried. Kishi looks off. Pryo. Tak looks at you. He saw you touching your face.
I've been in this place.
This is your home. You were touched by the Dark One. That's how you got that scar.
The what?
It's a dark force. He leans in, often appearing in a black female form. It spreads disease and corruption everywhere.
With yellow eyes.
I see, you do have some memories. It's the very embodiment of entropy, of death and despair. My parents fought it through time. My mother, she used to say it had some strange interest in you. And I know you're going to ask, but she didn't say much more.
What does it want with me?
We've searched for ways to destroy it. Sometimes it's called the Anomaly Omega.
Pryo thinks, that's Anomaly Omega. What's Anomaly Alpha?
It's the Dark One. The end of Gaia. The end of the end.
What does it want with me?
I wish I had that answer for you. My mother fought it her whole life.
Is your mother here?
My mother has embraced the Thanateum. Both her and my father are long gone. Losing you was hard. Her fighting of it, she believed it was taking revenge. That's why it took you from us.
Revenge for what?
The angels fight darkness. Who knows? There's all kinds of myths and stories about it. The thing I worry about is that it's watching you, connected to you somehow.
Pryo sits up a little straighter.
He leans in. If it had you, I don't know why I let you go. Perhaps as bait to trap others. I guess we won't know.
Bait to trap whom?
Whomever's important to you. You tell me.
Can you help me with my memories?
Gay actually looks upset. Like sad upset.
I'd like to roll CE with detective to see if I can tell he's lying. I won't try and pit my mind against his. I'll just pit my detective skill against his.
Very well. A wise choice.
All right, 77.
Okay, he looks sad and then he looks at you and cocks his head as you scrutinize his face. I tried getting your memories back. Even though, well, I was worried that remembering would call her back. Put your friends in peril. But then, why wouldn't they come save you, right? Maybe they're dead. Maybe worse.
You put me on that couch.
Of course I did. And I made sure you had someone with you to protect you. Maybe it won't let you remember to torture you.
If this is true, then why did you send me away? Why didn't you just keep me here?
He points to the children running around and playing. You're important to my family. But if it's watching you, Pryo Rexx, it only came once. And that was to get you. I would have kept you here the first time.
So you're taking a risk then? Having me here now?
I don't have answers for you. Not in that way. Maybe it's done. It's said that it entertains itself for a while and then wanders off.
Where do I learn more about this Dark One? Where do I find it?
Warning you not to go after it. Well, maybe you can find clues. There are rumors in Gaia.
Such as?
That there's ways to destroy it. To dispel despair. To fix Gaia. There's scholars at the universities who study it. They say wherever pain is, wherever despair is felt, you'll find it. It's what it feeds on or is made of.
Did you fight this thing yourself?
That's what we do here. But not yet. My mother and father fought it. We tried to beat it back on many fronts. My mother did speak of a dark emissary once. Realized this is mega cycles ago, Pryo, but...
Dark emissary, what does that mean?
An emissary of the Dark One.
Do you know where?
Out near the Badlands. I can give you an image.
Pryo nods.
Okay.
Kind of half bows, half nods.
Okay, suddenly you get just an image of almost like a top-down view of a map and a ravine and an odd cave. I've gone back myself a few times, but for other reasons. Realize this is where some of the last battles of the Third Guardian War took place.
War?
You have many memories to find. Some of them you'll have to learn a lot if you intend to seek it out. But realize, to seek it out is to court it.
Pryo nods, taking it in.
Danus, your mom's told you this crazy story. Pryo makes some interesting sense now. She turns to you, she's got a tear. Well, that was a nice story to share. Welcome home. She smiles.
Good to be back. Now, let's get some of that food. Nobody. Mom, let me tell you, I've seen so many places. Nobody cooks like you.
You eat lots of food. Okay, she starts putting it down. She sits with you. She asks you about the different places you've seen.
I tell about the priory. I tell about this cool little inside Gaia thing. I tell her about all the hot different climates that we've had, and the super cold one. I just go over everything. The sludge. And have you ever heard of Berry Bunny bars?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness! There's these weird. And there's so much out there, Mom. There's so much out there. I don't know if I'm gonna go back out. I don't know if I get to. I actually don't know what comes next. Have you heard anything?
I think you get to choose. She smiles.
No. Does that mean?
You can go. If you want to leave your poor old mom. Of course, her saying that is hilarious because you look the exact same age, given the pods.
Yeah. No, Mom.
But it's okay.
I love spending time with you.
And your traveling companion?
Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm not sure what they're going to remember, what they're going to want to do. Yeah, I don't even know when the next time I'm going to see... Oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to meet them. I'll find out soon, Mom.
Well, don't keep them waiting. You know, your father...
For my mom, they'll be okay. And then I'll eat a little bit, we'll talk, and then I'll head out when the time comes.
She packs you a little mom pack of food, like mom's pack with all your favorite things. Little thing of, I don't know, kind of this cheesy, gooey, casserole-y stuff, and mom cookies, which are always the best. She puts in a thing. She gives you a big hug. She goes, well, good luck. Till I see you next time.
I don't need any luck, Ma. It's all skill. You know that.
Okay, you hear from behind you a familiar voice. I hope you're working on your skills.
Oh, Mom, did you open the blinds? Sunshine just poked its head in.
You realize your father's behind you. You turn. You see the familiar form. He's kind of a lean sort of guy. Not very tall. He's sort of always had that weird twitchiness to him. You always wondered how he was such a good sniper with that odd twitch. Danus, back already. What report do you have? His multifaceted eyes. Look, you see your reflection in all of them. You seem to be back awful soon.
Fast at work.
Kay leans back. Okay, a slight smile plays on his face. Maybe some pride. Are you done already then?
I don't know. I've got a meeting.
How's your sniping? Did you miss anyone while you were out there? Have you been practicing?
We had an off-road battle where I do believe I blundered a shot at point-blank range because we were driving over a tree on a speeder through a
Well, you need to work on stabilizing your gun when you're on that. Realize if you use the edge of the vehicle and rest against it, it will help. The best,
Great.
Danus.
Nothing but it. And I'm just going to leave.
Okay.
I've got an appointment.
Okay, you turn. He looks at you. He pats you on the back in his fatherly way. Your mom just gives him a look. She says, "I'll walk you out. Should be nicer." Okay. He says, "Good luck." I'm always proud. Okay, and he turns. Okay, your mom bids you goodbye. She says,
Bye, Mom.
Okay.
He means well. He means well. He means well. You said it so many times, Ma. So many times.
I know. I love you. Okay, she gives you a big hug, an extra squishy mom hug. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, she turns back in the house. You hear the door close as she's saying something that sounds maybe not so kind to your father.
Nah, get her. Get him. I'll head off.
Okay, you make your way up. You pass the children in the market. As I said, the whole city feels so much smaller, and it's in stark contrast to the vision you gave Pryo earlier of this immense city that you had the image of when you were a child, to now, after even though you haven't been gone that long, the traveling you've done, the story that your mother gave seemed to escape her about Pryo as a child, kind of echoes or sits maybe coldly in your memory. As you come up to that said shining fortress, to the courtyard. You're very familiar with it. It's the place that all the kids go and play. And you see Tak and Pryo sitting. Tak nods to you as you walk up. I trust your mother as well.
Yes, she's doing just fine.
So,
is there a monument or their graves where I could see your mother and father?
Let's go. He stands.
Okay.
Danus, you'll accompany us?
Yeah, I guess.
You instantly transport.
Oh, I just ate. Oh.
To this, you know the monument, you know it, it's outside the city walls. There's these two really large columns, and in between them is this odd rotating light that is said to house the spirits of the founders. And there's carvings of them underneath. There's quite a lovely garden that's maintained around. You know, Danus, that not far from here is where Mother Cave keeps her secret cave, where she definitely does not do junker things and work on robots. Maybe you two have done it before. Yeah. Tak motions, a sweeping motion to the monument.
Is it hard for you to be here, Tak?
No longer. I had lifetimes with my parents.
Okay, Pryo walks up. He looks at the monuments.
There's the large stone that towers above your head when you're standing there, and that light. You see two carvings. You see a tall, extremely impossibly muscled woman. She has two swords on her back, flowing hair, and you can see kind of superimposed, carved with some metal around of a phoenix up behind her head. And beside her is a shorter but wide, strong individual that in many ways looks like Tak. Slick back hair. He's got wrist razors on his arms. They both have a kind of barbarian sort of feel to both of them.
All right, Pryo turns around. They walks over to Danus. Were you able to visit with your family?
Yeah. Their mom's great. Dad's dad. So.
Pryo half smiles.
Get your answers?
I'm not sure.
Did you get the right questions to ask?
Tack smiles.
Well, I'm sure Tack, if there's anything else to tell me, that he would be forthcoming.
Of course. I'm afraid there's nothing else I can offer. I've thought about it. You, of course, are welcome to stay here. I'll test it. But you can't hunt it. You can't look for any more answers. You just have to find a comfortable life. I'm willing to risk it if you want. You're one of us. He puts his hand out and clasps you in a brotherly fashion. Single man hug kind of thing.
Okay. Pryo nods.
My sister may... I can deal with her.
Pryo nods. There'll be no need. From what you've told me, I'm at best bait, and at worst, a bad luck omen. I'll not be anybody's bait.
It's a guess. You're always one of us. He looks to Danus.
Pryo nods says, I appreciate the sentiment. But you have much here to lose. I could not be the cause of that. And there's another reason. You said I couldn't stay here if I was going to hunt it. Well, I'm definitely going to hunt it.
Of course you are.
I'll start with this emissary you spoke of. Perhaps it or he has some answers, or whatever it is.
It's an old story, but it's the most solid one I can offer.
Seems like we've been pushed into the realm of myth and legend. That's all I have to work off of. Then I'll do my best. Pryo looks at Danus. Says, so, do I still have my guardian angel? He says to Tack.
Danus is free to do what he wants, of course. He's not quite done that long road, are you?
Got a ways to walk, right?
If either of you need anything else.
If I should ever need to return or contact you with questions,
Reach out with your mind. I'll find you.
Pryo nods.
And if you try to teleport in, we'll know you're trying.
Yeah, it's a neat trick. Maybe one day you could show it to me.
As Danus will tell you, when angels are ready to come home, they're always welcome.
Pryo nods. Then what do you say, shooter? Ready for another adventure? We're only hunting death itself. Shouldn't be too dangerous.